Good morning, guys. Well, not really good morning. It's kind of a wet morning here where I am. I guess Hurricane Ida is passing through, so we're getting a bunch of rain today and probably tomorrow too. So anyway, I have, I hope everyone's staying safe out there. I know it's crazy weather. So I got 12 movie reviews for you guys today, 10 physical and 2 I watched on streaming. So I'm going to dive right on in. So this was a rewatch for me. I watched this probably when it came out in 1998, and that is Milo. So I remember grabbing this VHS at the local video rental place here. Well, it's not here anymore, but sadly. But yeah, I remember watching it back in the 90s, and I thought it was pretty cool. Giving it a rewatch now, I still enjoy it, but I just don't get that, I guess, nostalgia feel that I had when I rented it back in the day. So, basically, this is about these four girls witness the demise of a classmate at the hands of their friend Milo back when they were children. The fast forward 16 years later, one of them's getting married, so all the girls go back to their hometown, and then some of them get killed off in weird ways by a mysterious kid in a slicker like that as well. And they think it's the Milo, but he died like a couple years after that he killed one of their classmates. Anyway, it's cheesy, of course. Late 90s, from the creator of Anaconda. This was directed by Pascal Franchot. I don't know how to say his last name. Yeah, it's weird. If you guys have seen this, I recommend it, but it's not, not great. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5, just for the nostalgia feel. And there are a few standout actors in here. Jennifer Joyston, Paula Cale, of course the late Vincent, I can never say his last name, Schiavelli, that's how you say his last name. He passed away, I believe, in 2005. Great actor, though. He's been in a boatload of different films, not starring role, but like a supporting actor, but really good. So yeah, if you guys like killer kid movies, Milo's up your alley. Up next is a Dollar Tree special that unfortunately does not make the collection, and that is the Echo Bridge release of Righteous Villains. I fell asleep toward the middle of this, and then I tried to watch the rest of it, and I just couldn't get into it, even though it was only 76 minutes. It's a modern tale of all the damned. In this modern day tale of all the damned are on earth, and hell is empty. There is one boy who has the power to save humanity, but he has been captured by followers of the devil known as the Illuminated. Jolie and Jeremiah are descendants of followers of Christ, and the only two capable of saving the boy. They journey together in the den of the devil, who has been incarnated in the body of a serial child rapist, to take on his followers and save the human race from being doomed. This movie looked very cheap. The effects were cheap. Everything about this movie was cheap. I gave it a 2 out of 5, but I might give it a little bit lower in the scale now. Yeah, I mean, I got it for $1. So for $1, you get both the DVD and the Blu-ray. I'm gonna sell it to the local bookstore. So yeah, I don't recommend this one. Yeah, so moving on, I'll toss it because that one was garbage. I'm just gonna leave it on the floor. Next one here was a Walmart special, and that is Ghosts of Chernobyl. There's actually like 3 different titles for this movie. On IMDb, it's titled After Chernobyl. And then there was another one, I forget the name of it. But anyway, this is a found footage style movie. So if you think this movie is like Chernobyl Diaries, sort of, not verbatim, of course. So this is, they don't go to Chernobyl because they want to go to Chernobyl. They just end up in Chernobyl. So these are this group of American tourists. They're in Eastern Europe traveling, and then they get lost, and then they end up in Chernobyl. A car gets stuck in the mud, and they have to walk. And then, of course, all hell breaks loose. It's not a bad movie if you enjoy found footage style movies. I think I gave it a 3 out of 5. Some people would probably give it a little bit less, maybe 2.5. But I didn't hate this movie. But I would like to know more of the backstory to the mysterious, barely living girl in this movie. You get a little bit of backstory, but I always wanted to see more. But yeah, not a bad movie. It's definitely creepy when they get to Chernobyl. But yeah, the artwork definitely sold me. And then when they see the Ferris wheel, that was pretty awesome too. But this is the barely living girl. Well, not really. She's there, but then this is her grown up. So yeah, if you guys like ghost found footage films, I recommend this. So up next is I finally watched this a little over 2-hour movie Hoarders documentary. Really enjoyed it. So you guys, I mean, obviously it's catered to us movie collectors out there. Get really good YouTubers on here. So shout out to Martinez Joe 74, Films at Home, Cool Duder. Who else is in here? Just a bunch of other people. I just can't think of them off the top of my head, but yeah, really enjoyed this one. I bought this from Orbit DVD. I don't know if they still have any copies. I know Amazon was out for a while. They might have some now. Grindhouse Video had some. I don't know if they still do either, but definitely recommend this one if you guys enjoy movie collecting and like people sharing their collections with you. So definitely recommend that one. Up next is just a film I watched on Tubi called Beaks the Movie. I think it's also known as Birds of Prey or Bird of Prey or something along those lines. From 1987, directed by Renè Cardona Jr. It's basically birds organizing themselves against the ecological ravages of man. It's definitely I definitely enjoyed it. It's definitely cheesy, of course, that late 80s vibe. It takes place in Spain. It's in English, though. I don't know if there's like another dub of it, but it's English from what I watched on Tubi. Very gory, bloody, nudity. If you guys enjoyed the birds, it's pretty much, I would say the birds on steroids just a little bit, but give it a watch. I recommend it. So the next one is a TV movie from 1977 called The Possessed. Directed by Jerry Thorpe. This stars Harrison Ford. This was broadcasted a few weeks before Star Wars would make him a household name. He doesn't last very long in this movie, though, unfortunately. He plays a biology teacher. It's very strange. Basically, evil is alive and well at an all-girls school in Salem, Massachusetts. it's kind of like, I don't want to say it's kind of like Carrie in a sense, but it kind of is. Papers mysteriously burn, curtains suddenly ignite, and the class president bursts into flame. There's something evil happening at Salem's Helen Page School, and the only defrocked minister turned exorcist, played by James Ferrantino, can save the students from a fiery, I can't ever say that word, fiery fate. Co-starring Joan Hackett and highlighted by an eerie score from two-time Oscar winner Leonard Rosenman. The Possessed also features an attention-grabbing turn by Harrison Ford as the school's hunky biology teacher. It's very cheesy, very late 70s TV, obviously TV movie. I recommend it if you guys like those old TV movies from back in the day. Well, before my time, of course. But yeah, I give it a 3 out of 5. If you guys want to see Harrison Ford right there. Like I said, he's not a main character in this film, so it's a very small role for him, but it's good to see him back in the day. Next one is the only one that I gave 5 out of 5. Actually, I didn't give anything a 4 either, so this is a high recommendation. And this is the 1988 film called Remote Control, directed by Jeff Lieberman. Starring Kevin Dillon and Jennifer Tilly. I don't know why Jennifer Tilly's name is on here. It's a selling point. Her character is not in here for very long either. She's not a lead in this movie either. But her performance was good. I enjoyed that though. So basically, there's this VHS going around called Remote Control, and it basically if you watch the video, it turns your partner or whoever's in the room with you against you, and they try to kill you. It's all about mind control. It's definitely strange. This takes place in 1987 at a video rental store. I mean, if you watch it, you get very actually 80s vibes, of course, and there is a poster of House in the background at the video store, which I thought was pretty cool. It's very cheesy, very it is predictable at times, but I definitely enjoyed this movie for what it was. Still, I give it a very good top recommendation. I bought this from Diabolic DVD. I had to wait for it to get back in stock for the longest time, but it finally did, so I pulled the trigger. On this particular Blu-ray, you get a 2K scan and director's commentary and a still gallery. It's kind of weird though, because on the back it says out of 1,000, but it's not labeled, so I don't know if this is like a reprint or whatever. But it is it's not an on-demand disc, it's an actual real disc, so I thought that was pretty cool, so definitely top recommendation for this one. Alright, so I watched, finally got around to watching 10 Minutes at Midnight, 2020, directed by Erik Bloomquist, starring the ever so great Caroline Williams. I don't recognize anyone else in here though. She's kind of like reprising her role almost from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. She is a veteran punk rock disc jockey. It's her last broadcast, and right before that she's bitten by a bat on her neck. And then somehow there's a raging storm outside. Her replacement is there with her boss. She's not taking it very well at all, and then I guess the bite really affects her mind, and she turns into this I don't want to say zombie because she's not a zombie because she can control it, but it's just basically what I got out of this is the horrors of retirement, being replaced by someone like 30 years younger than you, and you're being forced out, and you feel like your years of service are what am I trying to say here? You don't feel welcome anymore. They want to push you out for something new. So we've probably all been there at some point in our lives. So not a bad movie. I enjoyed it overall. I gave it a 3 out of 5. It's got some good blood and gore in here. But there's one scene where she's first bitten, that she wants a taste of blood, and she goes in the bathroom, and the only thing she can find is a used tampon. And that was a pretty gross scene. Other than that, though, it's a fun watch, so I recommend it for a one-time watch. So another movie I watched on streaming was June 9th from 2008, directed by T. Michael Conway. You can watch it on Tubi. Another found footage style movie about the Boston Mills 5. It takes place in Ohio. Basically, it's just a bunch of these teenagers pulling pranks on themselves and other people in their neighborhood. So they decided to go I guess they went on a road trip, and they visit this abandoned house, and apparently it's not abandoned, and they are tortured. Well, they're really kidnapped, tortured, etc., etc. It's not really a great movie, I think, personally. I give it a 2. I'd probably give it a lower grading than that. The reason why I gave it a 2 is because of the blood and gore and the hacking up and whatnot. So other than that, the acting was terrible. The camera work wasn't bad, though. I enjoyed the camera work for what it was, so that's probably why I gave it a 2. But I don't recommend it. So the last 3 are all physical releases here. So I watched the second film from Dohler, and that is Fiend. This is put up by Massacre Video. This is a very strange movie, but I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 because it's just so weird. So this guy, Erik Longfellow, played by Don Liefert, he is awakened from the grave somehow. This couple is in the graveyard, and I don't know how they awaken him, but he so the only way for him to survive is to I guess take people's life forces away. But in order to do that, he only has to do is like strangle them, or he's pretty much a strangler. So he like strangles people, and then when he takes your life force away, he turns red. The effects in here were really cheesy, but so he establishes himself as a respected music teacher while secretly roaming the nearby woods, stalking and strangling young women to take their life force. Residents descend into panic and paranoia. Longfellow's neighbor becomes increasingly suspicious of his unaccounted wanderings, unaware of his evil powers and unquenchable need for fresh victims. This also has this is from the 1980s, so you get those like late 70s vibes. At one point they go to he's waiting outside of a grocery store. They don't go in, he's just waiting for this lady to come out so he can follow her and kill her. But I wish they would have gone into the grocery store to see the old how things were back in the early 80s at what was available, like packaging on certain items and whatnot. But no, they didn't do that, so missed opportunity. But yeah, this movie is really cheesy, but I enjoyed it. I really did. So I was trying to find his other film, Blood Massacre, is on here. I couldn't find it. I went through all the special features, all of the extra shorts on here. Couldn't find it. So if you guys know how to find the secret movie on here, let me know. I have seen the movie Blood Massacre, but I have it on like a multi-feature DVD pack. So yeah, if you guys know how to get to that special feature, please let me know. But yeah, I recommend it. I bought this off Amazon for like $20. So I watched this one last night. This is from 2019, and that is the movie Shortcut. This is put out by Gravitas Ventures. 80 minutes long. This is directed by Alessio Liguori. I guess I say his name. This is a British film. This is about this bus is, I guess, picked up these kids and they're going home, and they come across this this tree down in on the way home, so they have to take a shortcut. But the shortcut leads them to this abandoned military base where these creatures have taken over, and it's really weird. But you guys like, I guess I want to say, if you guys like Stranger Things meets Jeepers Creepers meets A Quiet Place, I recommend this one. It's a very short film though. It's only 80 minutes, but at some points during the movie you think it's going to be longer because sometimes it drags a little bit in the middle. But I recommend this. I give it a 3 out of 5, but definitely recommend it. Especially if you like British horror films, creature features. I didn't really recognize anybody in the cast. I looked them up on IMDb. I didn't recognize anything that they've been in. So yeah, definitely recommend this one if you guys enjoy creature features. Yeah, the creatures kind of look like I guess Demogorgons meets the Creeper meets the those little creatures from A Quiet Place. And lastly, I have to end it with another stinker of this this batch here. And I watched this earlier this morning, and that is The Craft Legacy. I really didn't enjoy this film overall. So why would you cast David Duchovny as a villain in this movie? That is so odd. Like, I wouldn't have. I would have cast somebody else, honestly. When I think of David Duchovny, I think of obviously X-Files, Californication, not a villain. You also get Michelle Monaghan in here. I liked her character though. Her acting was great. As far as the new girls go, I thought this was geared toward like high school girls, high school kids, which it pretty much is. It's PG-13. What can I say? I'm not gonna spoil it because I'm sure it's already been out there and people have already watched this. But that last scene in here with Fairuza Balk, it was very sudden and very short, and then it just ends, and I'm like, okay. And well, I don't want to give the other one away about one of the girls, but yeah, okay. So I don't know. I don't understand this whole wraparound with the first film, honestly. So just watch the first film and be done with it. Don't even worry about this piece of crap. Directed by Zoe Lister-Jones, produced by Jason Blum, of course. And everything he touches, well, I don't want to say everything he touches is crap, but from what my personal opinion is, certain things he's touched is good, and then a lot of like these remakes and whatnot, I'm just like, why are you trying to make money off of the old films? I don't know, whatever. So yeah, I don't recommend this. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'll throw it. So that's everything for you guys today. I'll have a video up maybe this weekend or early next week of more pickups, but I'm not buying a whole lot as of late. So alright guys, take care. Hope you enjoyed this movie review video, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.